State. Buckeyes are 6-2. Scarlet Knights are 8-1. Big Ten play begins today for both these teams with Justin Inacio and Jonathan Dugenio doing battle in the face-off circle, and it's Dugenio who wins the first one for Rutgers. Scarlet Knights averaging 16.6 goals per game this year, 4th in America. Buckeyes just above 15. 6-on-7, no problem for number 6 for Ohio State. Scott White opens it up for the Buckeyes. They lead 1-0. Got a broken stick there on the face-off, and Rutgers wins another.
Opportunity to push here. They elect not to.
And they turn it over. There's Bobby Van Buren for Ohio State, the freshman who comes out with it. Look at Van Buren. 2 shots for Ohio State against maybe the best goalie in America, Colin Kirst. 2 goals in under 2 minutes. First team all Big Ten goalie last year.
Violation there by Inacio.
So this game is basically, there's that Rutgers transition offense we've talked so much about, the NASCAR scheme that Brian Breck brought from Siena.
But you don't see them generate a lot of that from their ride.
Yeah.
You know, typically it's from defense to offense.
Inacio finally wins one, a flag flies. I believe that's against Rutgers. See an attackman score for either side. Savetti and Francowiak with the goals for Rutgers. White, Allen, and Reed have the 3 for the Buckeyes. RU is 5-0 at the face-off X, and now it's 6-0. Inacio didn't even take that one. Blanchard was out there. The grad face-off guy. It's 6-0 Scarlet Knights against an Ohio State team that had won 67% of their draws coming in. Free lessons.
Yeah, the championship was in Philly inaugural season 3 years ago. Yeah. Fantastic crowd, fantastic atmosphere, fantastic game too.
It's so cool what Paul Rabel is doing, and not just him, everyone involved with that league to grow the sport. Again, Rutgers is dominating possession, at least at the face-off at the Red Wings. Toe drag for Ronan Jacoby. It's 3 goals from the midfield for the Knights. Jacoby, Savetti, Francowiak were tied at 3 after the Buckeyes led 3-0.
I think you got to make a Devils reference there, don't you? I don't think the Devils have a forward like that.
Could be.
You know.
Got 2 teams here aspiring to be back on championship weekend. Rutgers last year won their first NCAA tournament game since 1990. Ohio State was there in 2017, only time they've been there under Nick Myers.
Out of West Lynn, Oregon, Van Buren out of North Carolina. Right, 2 non-traditional hotbeds, the growth of the sport at the highest stage playing on right before us.
Yeah, they rendezvoused here in New Jersey. Rutgers wins another face-off. Look out, here come the Knights. NASCAR offense. Mitch Bartolo cashes in. Rutgers leads for the first time today. Mitch Bartolo, 6'6", 238 out of Norwalk, Connecticut. The tallest and heaviest player in the Big Ten. Bartolo, big sexy indeed. White's got a couple goals today. Give the assist to Jack Myers, asserting himself here. That's his first point today. We are tied again, 3rd tie on this Sunday afternoon. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Rutgers wins another. It's 3 goals in under 3.5 minutes for Rutgers. Another face-off win. That's 4 in a row for the Scarlet Knights. Here comes Bartolo. 3 Buckeyes around him, picked up by Scott and buried. Russ Scott says, look what I found. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists in the first half.
Beautiful pinch and pop by Dugenio. And on this fast break, you can see Van Buren rotates quickly on this little loose ball scramble. Quickly, Scott pick up and finish. Slick little play there by Scott off the turf.
2 goals in 12 seconds for RU. They've scored on each of their last 4 shots. Ross Scott is playing real well, and how about Jonathan Dugenio? 4 straight Faceoff wins. The Scarlet Knights are dominating 10-3 at the Faceoff X. We haven't even really seen Ignacio since the first quarter. Dugenio's dominating.
He was on that last one, which I was a little surprised by.
That was Drew Blanchard back out there, though. Number 20 in Scarlet. Chance for the Buckeyes, and Kerr stands tall.
In terms of the pace on that ball, letting Gallagher cut into it.
Rutgers ends the first half with 5 goals in under 4 minutes. And the Scarlet Knights take their big one today.
And Rutgers has been dominant with the face-offs. The first quarter, they were turning the ball over. Second quarter, they weren't, and they scored a bunch of goals. So if Rutgers continues to dominate there and take care of the ball, look for them to potentially expand this lead.
Pretty surprising to see Ohio State, team that's 3rd in America in face-off win percentage, get dominated so thoroughly at the X. Again, it's not Justin Ignacio, number 30 for the Buckeyes. It was number 20, Drew Blanchard, who took that first face. 23 goals. It's already more than he had in 4 years at Penn when he had 20 goals across 27 games. Ohio State wins a face-off. Here come the Buckeyes, and they answer in a hurry. Trent DeCiccio is on the board. 8 seconds after the Scarlet Knights goal.
You can see the wind forward. DeCiccio is just gonna sit there as the trailer, right in the soft space for him just to kind of sit down, settle in, catch, time and room, finish.
There's Blanchard, who wins back-to-back face-offs for Ohio State. Trying to go quickly again.
Oh, great save. Or not.
Well,
in rotation. So you can see Bartolo going one-on-one there. Defense not really organized behind the play.
biggest lead today for Rutgers, 10. So Ohio State has really struggled in the face-off circle today. We have not seen Justin Ignacio a whole lot. We've seen more of number 20, Drew Blanchard, that time, but Jonathan Dugenio, 91 for Rutgers, continues to dominate.
And Blanchard actually see the heat that he can bring on his shot.
You, sir, are the Picasso of the Piero. That illustration work is A+, my friend.
But it was just a really nice offensive response by Knobloch. If you're going to be so matchup conscious in that two-man game, just reject the pick on that overreaction to create space for yourself.
It's either a lot of film watching before the game or an adjustment during the game. Either way, impressive stuff from Rutgers. We've got a flag on the field right now.
Cross check, 1 minute. 11.1 minute.
Right into this season.
Yeah, the connection to the program. His dad, Kyle, played goalie at Rutgers in the late 80s, early 90s. He was actually on the team that won an NCAA tournament game back in 1990. That was the program's last win in the Big Dance until last year when his son, Colin, was between the pipes. Kyle passed away a few years ago, and they honored him with the names on the back of the jersey. Doing the same thing now with Tom Hayes, legendary Rutgers coach. There's a flag on the field now on the faceoff. Myers with his second assist today, yet to score. Kind of a common theme for Ohio State. When they win, Myers is a big reason why. When they lose, he's quiet. Off the faceoff, Dugenio fires, backed up by Rutgers.
Speed dodge, not off the initial Gallagher action. But Bartolo got the defense spinning. Nice ball movement, and Jacoby cashes in.
Blanchard wins the faceoff for Ohio State. How about Ronan Jacoby, a guy who played at D3 Wesleyan in Connecticut? Comes here playing in the... That is impressive illustrator work. He's doing all this live. It's a good look. For Bobby Russo, by the way, he's now got 6 points this year. He plays close defense. Yeah. I mean, that is NASCAR in a nutshell.
Right, that's where stats tell you the story of how they play.
Ross Scott, one of 2 Scarlet Knights with a Hattie today, along with Mitch Bartolo. Scott also has 3 assists. Remember, it was 3-0 Ohio State. Now 15-7 Rutgers as Dugenio wins another face-off.
You can't really call that a run, right? Like you can't call that a 15-4.
It's just a monster run. It was 3-0 Ohio State. Now 15-7 Rutgers as Dugenio wins another face-off.
You can't really call that a run, right? Like you can't call that a 15-4 run. Like
it's just a time between attack and midfield. Last year, he is the straw that stirs the drink for this Scarlet Knights offense. Graduated magna cum laude from Penn, the 3.6 GPA. Those Ivy League guys, right, Ryan?
Well, I think it's such.
About 30 goals this year for the junior out of Oregon. 7 points today with those 3 assists too. Rutgers wants more. Save Whalen.